Hello guys, welcome back to the Root Investors channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, I'm going to cover a large market cap gem, in my opinion, which is still undervalued at this price point, and a project that's one of my favorite projects on the crypto space. And this project is called Cosmos, or the Atom token, right? Again, as always guys, I highly recommend you guys to do your own research on any of the projects that we cover on our channel. For this project, I recommend you guys to go to the website cosmos.network in order to learn more about this project, right? But for the purpose of this video, I'm basically going to cover the information presented below the Cosmos page on CoinMarketCap, which provides some peripheral information for a quick read. So what is Cosmos? In a nutshell, Cosmos bills itself as a project that solves some of the hardest problems facing the blockchain industry. It aims to offer an antidote to slow, expensive, unscalable, and environmentally harmful proof-of-work protocols like those used by Bitcoin, by offering an ecosystem of connected blockchains. So again, Cosmos is basically a blockchain project which aims to solve some of the most commonly known problems it's facing in any of the blockchains that we've seen so far, especially the legacy blockchains, which includes slow, expensive transaction fees, non-scalable blockchains. Example, Ethereum as well as Bitcoin, and environmentally harmful. Again, for most of the proof of work blockchains, this is applicable. So, to address all of these issues, the Cosmos' founders have created Cosmos as a solution to all of these problems, right? And it's also mainly focused on addressing scalability, and that's something that we'll touch upon pretty shortly. The project's other goals include making blockchain technology less complex and difficult for developers thanks to a modular framework that demystifies decentralized apps. Last but not least, an inter-blockchain communication protocol makes it easier for blockchain networks to communicate with each other, preventing fragmentation in the industry. So again, one of the other main problems that Cosmos aims to resolve is basically its ability to try to make blockchain technology much less difficult for developers or people who want to build decentralized apps or dApps on the blockchain, right? So if you see, Ethereum is a siloed blockchain. Although Ethereum is one of the most popular smart contract blockchains and also one of my favorite blockchains as well, it still has severe drawbacks because, first of all, it's a legacy blockchain. At least Ethereum 1.0 is a legacy blockchain. We all know that Ethereum has severe scalability issues, there's no doubt about that. And also, one of the less known facts about Ethereum is that it uses Solidity dApps. Solidity is basically its programming language, and there's not a lot of Solidity developers out there. And one of the main reasons why there's not a lot of developers out there is because of the fact that Solidity is a slightly difficult language to learn and understand, right? And it's also because of the fact that any dApps that you build on Ethereum are not interoperable, right? Unless you have something like Polygon, which is a side chain. In that case, you can basically bridge your tokens or any of your dApps to Polygon and try to make it interoperable in that way. But Ethereum by default is not interoperable, and that's one of the main issues Cosmos is trying to solve, right? Cosmos' origins can be dated back to 2014, when Tendermint, a core contributor to the network, was founded. In 2016, a white paper for Cosmos was published, and a token sale was held the following year. Atom tokens are earned through the hybrid proof of stake algorithm, and they help to keep the Cosmos Hub, the project's flagship blockchain, secure. This cryptocurrency also has a role in networks governance. Again, in this paragraph, they're basically talking mostly about some of the history of Cosmos. It's one of the oldest blockchains that's existed, and it's still extremely undervalued considering the fact that many of the interoperability concepts and scalability that we see in several projects, including recent projects like Polkadot and even Kusama, as well as projects like Avalanche and other blockchains, These technologies were thought of way earlier in 2014 by Cosmos. Again, not in the exact same way how these products are usually implemented right now, but in a different way, especially the Tendermint, which is one of the most popular kind of like technology that Cosmos has perfected and implemented as well, right? So their white paper was launched in 2016. Again, speaking about white paper, I want to highly recommend you guys to read through the white paper for this project before you invest in this project. Also, it's a very large market cap token. I think this token can be still volatile compared to several other huge market caps like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and several other top 10 projects. So you still need to do a lot of research into this project before you invest in this. Despite this being a legacy, one of the oldest blockchains out there, and despite it kind of like being a repeated project, right? So moving away from that topic, now going back to the discussion here, it seems like Cosmos uses a hybrid proof of stake algorithm to secure its network, right? So it runs on a proof of stake version, which is basically a hybrid proof of stake model to secure the network for Cosmos, and also the token, the native token of Cosmos, the Atom token itself, has governance role associated with it, right? So again, pretty straightforward information from CoinMarketCap. So now let's talk about some of the founders of Cosmos. The co-founders of Tendermint, the gateway to the Cosmos ecosystem, were Jae Kwon, Žarko Milošević, and Ethan Buchman. Again, I'm sorry for people who have these names because I'm obviously butchering these names, but nonetheless, these are the three main founders of the Tendermint consensus mechanism, which kind of in a way revolutionized crypto in its own way. Although Kwon is still listed as principal architect, he stepped down as CEO in 2020. He maintains his part still in the project, but is mainly focusing on other initiatives. He has now been replaced as Tendermint's CEO by Peng Zhang, and the whole board of directors was given quite a substantial refresh. Their goals include enhancing the experience for developers, creating an enthusiastic community for Cosmos, and building educational resources so greater number of people are aware of the network, what the network is capable of. So again, one of the main things that you need to take away from this is that the project was founded by three people. The main person, Kwon, he used to be the principal architect. He basically stepped down in 2020 as a CEO, and he was replaced by a newer CEO, Peng Zhang, who has completely given a refreshment for the project. And some of their main goals include providing awareness of this project and trying to help people understand the value of this project and trying to get a lot of people to use this project, right? Pretty much the same goals that any project would have. So if I ask you what's the main reason to invest in Cosmos, what would you say? So the major concern for some in the cryptocurrency industry centers on the levels of fragmentation seen in blockchain networks. There are hundreds in existence, but very few of them can communicate with each other. Cosmos aims to turn this on its head by making this possible. So again, one of the main selling features for Cosmos is its interoperability, right? Although interoperability at the current state of crypto is kind of like a very it's becoming more and more like a commonplace scenario, because if you see after the advent of Binance Smart Chain, interoperability has become one of the main priorities for any new project, right? Because if you want to start out your own blockchain and you can't make it interoperable with other blockchains such as Ethereum and even Polkadot or any other blockchain, you are definitely going to have a big issue trying to find adoption, because nobody's going to use your project if it's not interoperable in the current day and age, right? But Cosmos is one of the first projects to realize this and has obviously perfected its own consensus mechanism and is trying to definitely build blockchains that can become interoperable themselves, right? So that's the main selling feature for Cosmos. Cosmos is described as blockchain 3.0, and as we mentioned earlier, a big goal is ensuring that its infrastructure is straightforward to use. To this end, the Cosmos software development kit focuses on modularity. This allows a network to be easily built using chunks of code that already exists. Long term, it's hoped that complex applications will be straightforward to construct as a result. So again, this is also something that you guys definitely bear in mind when it comes to investing in Cosmos itself, right? So first of all, Cosmos is classified as a blockchain 3.0. So if you want to know what that means, it's a third generation blockchain, which means Bitcoin is the first generation and blockchain 1.0. Ethereum is the second generation, which allows for more functionalities and decentralized finance to be built on top of it, but it still suffers from some of the legacy issues such as interoperability and scalability, and that's one of the drawbacks of any blockchain 2.0 systems. But Cosmos is blockchain 3.0, which means it's the third generation blockchain that tries to address most of the issues with the first generation and second generation blockchains, right? And also, Cosmos is trying to make it much more easier for developers to build their own kind of dApps or their own blockchains for that matter on top of Cosmos using their Cosmos SDK or the Cosmos Software Development Kit, right? So what this kit enables developers to do is it allows them to already use existing chunks of codes rather than by typing the codes from scratch as you would do on Ethereum or Solidity or whatever on any of the second generation blockchains. Instead of doing that, you're basically made easier to build dApps by using the software development kit or SDK on the Cosmos blockchain. And this is a huge deal because if you think about a project like Kava, for example, Kava uses the Cosmos SDK and it's a fully interoperable protocol which has extremely high scalability, and it's one of my favorite projects as well. And I've covered Kava in some of my previous videos, so please check that out if you want to. But overall, examples like Kava show that you can build blockchains and interoperable blockchains, that to be specific, that are highly scalable, that have low transaction costs and high transaction speeds, and can obviously become their own kind of blockchain and innovation in and of itself, right, through the Cosmos SDK kit, right? So that's something that's a very, very important feature that you guys need to understand before you choose to either, if you're a developer who wants to build on top of Cosmos, or if you're trying to invest in an Atom token, you need to understand this core principle, right? Because that's something that's that's been less understood, and that's one of the reasons why many people don't really see Cosmos or Atom as a good investment, and that's one of the reasons why they prefer to invest, let's say for example, more in Dogecoin rather than investing in a project like Atom, and that's one of the reasons why Atom is undervalued in my opinion, right? But this is something that you need to definitely understand, and long term it's basically planning to build complex applications and allow for these complex applications to be built using simple SDK kits. Imagine building, let's say, a flash loan based dApp using extremely simple tools that anybody can do, right? And that's something that Cosmos is aiming to do in the future, right? So that's very interesting and very powerful in my opinion. Scalability is another priority, meaning substantially more transactions can be processed second than more old-fashioned blockchains like Ethereum and Bitcoin, right? If blockchains are to ever achieve mainstream adoption, they will need to be able to cope with demands as well as existing payment processing companies or websites, or even do better. So again, scalability is obviously something that Cosmos is trying to tackle, and it's doing an extremely wonderful job in that regard compared to blockchains like Bitcoin and Ethereum, obviously. And obviously they're stating that if you have to become a global decentralized finance hub, you have to have scalability, and Cosmos is offering that scalability, right? So how many atoms are in circulation? We'll cover this point in a few seconds when we talk about the charts, but let's talk about its security, right? How is Cosmos network secured? As we mentioned earlier, Cosmos uses proof of stake consensus algorithm. Validator nodes that stake a higher quantity of Atom tokens are more likely to be chosen to verify transactions and earn rewards. Nodes that are found to be acting dishonestly are penalized, and they can end up losing the tokens that they had to stake. So again, this is something that you need to understand and bear in mind, that being a validator for Cosmos is an extremely risky job, because if you can't really uphold the network properly, or if you try to act dishonestly, you can end up losing a stash of your tokens, right? So that's something that you definitely bear in mind. But it obviously uses proof of stake consensus mechanism, specifically hybrid proof of stake, which makes it much more scalable, right? And much more secure as well. So where can you buy Cosmos or Atoms? Again, this is something we'll cover pretty soon as well. So again, overall, if you didn't understand anything that I said about Cosmos, the only thing that you should understand is Cosmos is one of the oldest blockchain projects in the crypto space. It kind of tries to focus on solving some of the key issues that's plaguing Bitcoin and Ethereum blockchains right now, which is scalability, interoperability, the lack of fast transactions that it's trying to solve, and it's trying to implement low transaction costs as well, and trying to make it easier for developers to build dApps on top of Cosmos using its software development kit or SDK, right? This is some of the main things that you need to understand about Cosmos, right? So let's go to their website to have a quick look to see how it looks like before you can, we can go on the price information. So again, cosmos.network is his website, and if you see, they have a really cool website. They call themselves the Internet of Blockchains. Again, I totally agree with what they're stating, and some of their dApps that they have managed to, some of the blockchains that they've managed to be built on top of Cosmos, such as Kava, is a testament to this statement, right? Enter a new universe of connected services. Again, they're trying to obviously focus on educating the general public as well as the developer community to kind of make them understand how Cosmos works and how easier it is to use compared to several legacy blockchains. And you can also explore some of the tokens that are on the Cosmos blockchain. You can clearly see that they have about $68 billion, more than $68 billion in assets under management within this blockchain itself, with over 248 plus dApps and services that are built on the Cosmos blockchain, right? Which is pretty impressive. And they are basically in the heart of the interchain. They're trying to connect different blockchains, and that's some of their main selling feature. You can also see marketplaces. They are also a security provider, router and custodian information also available on their website. Secured by Atom. Again, Atom is the native cryptocurrency that secures the blockchain itself. It's also a governance token. You can stake Atom and be a part of the validator community for the Cosmos network and earn some really lucrative staking rewards. Not really as high as the DeFi APYs, but it's still really good compared to several traditional banks and traditional financial systems, right? So be part of the open economy of the future. Again, something that they're clearly doing properly right now. Decentralized exchange, again, they're also trying to get into DeFi, and they're trying to encourage people to build decentralized applications, and they do have some decentralized applications that are coming pretty soon, and once they are they are implemented, that will kind of definitely garner some attention to the Atom token, right? You can also see that they're trying to implement liquidity pools. They're also trying to have their own wrapped versions of Ether and Bitcoin on their platform. Again, these are all work in progress. They are trying to develop them and roll them out pretty soon. So Tendermint Core and Cosmos SDK and Gia are some of their core products and value propositions, right? The most trusted way to build value. Again, I totally agree with that. 99% lower carbon footprint by using proof of stake, which is what they're using. They have 1 cent in fees. Again, there are projects like a Polygon that have 1/10 of the fee, but it's still extremely cheaper compared to Ethereum, obviously, and even sometimes much better than Binance Smart Chain, right? And they have extremely fast transactions, 7 seconds, which is still relatively fast compared to several other legacy blockchains. You can build on top of Cosmos. You can pretty much build the entire set of DeFi dApps that you can see on Ethereum with much more efficiency on the Cosmos blockchain, right? Again, they have some beautiful graphics which are really mesmerizing. You can connect different chains, you can integrate with different dApps from different chains as well. You can become a validator as well, but bear in mind that there are the risks associated with being a validator on Cosmos. Meet the worldwide community, and you can also see some of their social media information here in order to keep up to date with the Cosmos project itself. And yeah, basically everything and anything that's possible on Ethereum and several other blockchains is possible on Cosmos, except that it can be done much more efficiently and much more rapidly, right? So again, this is just an overview of their website. You can also learn more about the project itself, which is something that I really like about the project. They're trying to educate people on Cosmos because there's a lot of people who don't really understand the full strength of Cosmos. You can also build, you can also explore, and so on and so forth, right? Once the entire DeFi system on Cosmos goes live, it will be much more interesting to see how it goes, especially seeing that this project can be extremely interoperable with Binance Smart Chain, because Binance Smart Chain, fun fact, is also using the Cosmos SDK to make itself interoperable, right? So again, Binance Smart Chain and Kava are already interoperable blockchains. By building DeFi dApps on Cosmos, it will join the club in becoming a decentralized smart contract based platform, which is also interoperable, right? So going back to the CoinMarketCap page for Cosmos, this token is currently ranked number 32 by market cap on CoinMarketCap, and the token price is trading at $13.20 at the time I'm making this video, with a 2.53% dip, which is not a lot, but it's still a decent dip. If you see, the market cap is $2.8 billion in market cap. Again, on surface level, you may think that this project is extremely high in market cap, right? But in reality, it's a project that's existed since 2014, right? And it's only managed to capture $2.8 billion in market cap, despite literally giving birth to Kava and Binance Smart Chain. This project is significantly undervalued compared to those projects, right? So that's what baffles my mind when it comes to how undervalued this project is. If you see projects like Polkadot, Cardano, and Ethereum as well, right? These are projects that are trying to build something that Cosmos aimed to build several years back, since 2014, right? And that's what basically what baffles my mind on how undervalued this project is, right? I can see in the long run this project, once the entire DeFi suite starts being built on top of the Cosmos blockchain, I can imagine Cosmos being one of the top 10 cryptocurrencies in the long term, which is personally my opinion. Again, not financial advice, right? But the market cap, in my opinion, is still undervalued for a blockchain project like Cosmos. If you see the max supply, they don't really have a max supply information for Cosmos yet on CoinMarketCap, and I believe that it doesn't really have a max supply, but its total supply is 275 million tokens. Again, quite a high number, but if you see the circulating supply, it's about 217 million tokens. Again, a pretty high number of tokens in circulation, which is kind of like something that people will find it concerning. But in the end, if you see, Cosmos is a proof of stake blockchain, which means a lot of tokens are being staked to earn those inflationary rewards, right? I believe the rewards for staking Cosmos are somewhere between 4 to 6%. So it motivates people to stake Cosmos, because currently you really can't do a lot of things with the Atom token, right? And therefore, people who buy Atom, their only choice is to stake it to earn additional rewards, with an expectation that in the future, Atom would be used for a lot of DeFi activities on Cosmos. So I believe that the token supply is only going to become scarcer and scarcer because of the fact that Cosmos, the Atom token itself is being staked within the platform heavily in order to get those rewards, right? So that's only going to be a positive price appreciation for Cosmos rather than being a stagnant or a negative price appreciation, right? So that's something that you need to definitely understand. And if you take the charts again, on the dollar comparative, you can clearly see that the price point for Cosmos is available since March 15th, 2019, and the initial price point was $7.38 at the time, but it immediately kind of like was moving sideways for quite some time, anywhere between 3 to $7 in price point at a given time, all the way till again early this year, which was when this token price started going from somewhere between $4.50 and $5 all the way to an all-time highs of about $28.78 during May 7th of 2021 this year, before crashing back down, making a relative lows of about $9.54, and now it seems to be rebounding, right? I would probably say that this token can make some sideways movement for quite some time, because there's really not a lot of activities happening in and around the Cosmos blockchain right now. But I would see this as an opportunity rather than trying to look at it in a bad way, right? Because if you see, once we know for a fact that there's decentralized applications that's going to be built and it's going to be launched on the Cosmos blockchain, and once they start rolling up, they would have a lot of traction from the general public, which is when the price would start rallying back up, right? And that's the time you should actually sell your token rather than buying your token. So this is the perfect time to buy your token, buy the Atom token, if you feel like this project has some potential either for short term or long term. I think this project has an incredible long term potential, but you have to make your own decision when it comes to investing in this project, right? But this is basically an opportunity for me to buy this token, and that's how I see it, right? Again, not really encouraging anyone to buy or to not buy. It's up to you to buy. It's up to you to do your own research, right? But if you take the Bitcoin comparative, on the other hand, I think the token price has literally been lackluster in the Bitcoin comparative. The initial token price was somewhere around 9,500 satoshis per token, and then it immediately started going back down to an all-time lows of about 2,000 satoshis per token, and then it was making some steady increase in price, reaching about close to 6,000 satoshis per token end of December 2019, and then going back down and then making some occasional peaks last year, and then overall it's been pretty much a sideways pattern on the Bitcoin comparative, which seems to me that this token hasn't really made a proper all-time highs yet. But as of now, the all-time highs seems to be like somewhere between 7,000 to 7,400 satoshis. That's basically the all-time high range for this token. I would probably expect this token to rally significantly highly in the Bitcoin comparative specifically during the coming months as Bitcoin itself starts moving up, right? And once we reach the peak of this bull run, which I do believe that we haven't reached yet, I think Cosmos can make some significant all-time highs on not only dollar comparative but also the Bitcoin comparative, right? I can see this token crossing the 10,000 Satoshi mark pretty easily and maybe stabilizing around 15 to 17,000 Satoshi mark before coming back down. And when it comes to dollar comparative, I think this token can easily cross its previous all-time highs of about $28 and maybe even go as further as close to $40 to $50 per token, right, by the end of this bull run. But the long-term price potential for this token is somewhere between $70 to $100 in that range. It's a pretty broad range, but again, it has to it's basically rooted on how well the DeFi platforms on top of the Cosmos blockchain perform, right, and how well they are received by the general public. So when it comes to the markets itself, you can clearly get it from pretty much every single top tier centralized exchange in existence. You can get it from Binance, Huobi Global, you can get it from Coinbase recently, and you can also get it from KuCoin, Gate.io, but I personally wouldn't recommend anybody using any of the tier 2 or tier 3 exchanges, because you can pretty much get it from Binance and Coinbase and Huobi. There's no real reason, unless you feel like there's a good buy opportunity or a good withdrawal fee. I wouldn't really choose any other exchanges, right? It's pretty much listed on all top tier centralized and centralized exchanges and second tier centralized exchanges as well. So overall, it has a lot of liquidity, so there's no real risk of any form of liquidity deficit for this project. And my final verdict is basically I'm going to buy a lot of this token. It's my personal opinion, because I feel like this token is extremely undervalued with how far they have come and how far they have launched their application so far. despite being one of the oldest projects, I think this token has a long way to go. And I believe that once the full DeFi system starts rolling in, I think it's only going to get more interesting, right? I think there is one minor threat to this project. It sort of has to do something with other competing blockchain projects such as Ethereum 2.0 being literally coming in pretty soon. Some faster blockchains such as Solana and even Polkadot, once it starts rolling its parachain auctions, will be some of the biggest competitors for the Cosmos blockchain. But I feel like that's not really a threat in a grand scheme of things, because I feel like people who are using DeFi applications are kind of being used to the interoperability feature that's offered currently by Binance Smart Chain and Polygon, right? As well as Avalanche and even Phantom Network and so on and so forth. Because if you see, not everyone tries to pull their money fully from Ethereum and moves to, let's say, Polygon and sticks to Polygon alone, right? There are people, in fact, more people who want to take advantage of some yield farms in Ethereum, some yield farms on Binance Smart Chain, some yield farms on Polygon. So they are basically having multiple options, which is what I believe is going to be the success of the entire cryptocurrency space in the future, right? Interoperability is a key thing, and since interoperability is literally the root for Cosmos, I don't think Cosmos literally has any threat because of Ethereum 2.0. In fact, Ethereum 2.0 only strengthens Cosmos, because Cosmos is going to be another potential opportunity for people who want to yield farm, let's say on their USDC. Let's say people want to earn some interest on high yield farms with USDC. If they have a good opportunity on Cosmos's dApps, they're going to use Cosmos as their main USDC hub, but also hold USDC and wrapped Bitcoin or wrapped Ethereum on Ethereum itself or Binance Smart Chain or Polygon and so on and so forth, right? I think interoperability is going to be the standard for the future. And overall, as I see more and more projects start building innovative things, Cosmos is only going to be interoperating with them and allowing for people to go back and forth between different chains. And that's a powerful thing, in my opinion, which is going to skyrocket the price of this token to somewhere between $70 to $100 in the long term, and at least touch the $40 to $50 range in the short term by the end of this bull run, right? Again, that's just my opinion. It could be ambitious to some people, but that's basically what I feel as my personal opinion for this project, right? Again, remember guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video, guys. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next videos. Bye.